Thank you very much, Jason Drew. We are live here in Studio 1X for a Corwin Ford Coors Light X session. Special thank you to Guido's for dropping off some pizza. Ladies and gentlemen, Rival Sons is here. Thank you very much.
All right. It's good to be here.
I appreciate you guys making an effort to fly in, catch an airplane just to jam out some acoustic songs for us. And then I know you got to catch a flight to Kentucky. That's where you're headed to tonight?
We are going to Fort Wayne,
Indiana.
Indiana. Flying into Kentucky, because I know the airports there are all weird or something like that. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I know you've done a couple of these so far. How are they going, these acoustic performances for you?
You know, we've been fortunate enough to be in demand to play acoustic stuff like this. We just got back from Europe, did a whole week of that. It's fun to do because, you know, for me, busking and playing acoustically, that's how I cut my teeth. And it's always a pleasure for me. What do you think, Scott?
Yes. Good, sir. Yes.
Scott's playing the sidekick role today, which is fantastic. Well, we appreciate it. You guys are going to have a brand new album coming out in January. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I want to kind of get into Rival Sons because I've been a fan of you guys for a very long time. I appreciate you coming in. I think that you're incredibly underrated and very happy that you're starting to get some attention, at least when it comes to U.S. radio stations. And I think, how does that feel as a band where maybe it's starting to come around where it hasn't so much maybe in the past?
Underrated. What have people not been saying?
I just feel like I just love you guys.
Like, I don't care what anyone else says about you. I think you're great.
I'm going to say thank you for those kind words. It feels really, really fantastic. And, you know, we haven't let the lack of that like kind of hurt us or burn us out. We've just kept on keeping on, and the fans we do have and the places we do go, it's been wonderful, and it's good to see it kind of grow and do what we hoped it would do early on and do it now.
I think that's it. I think we have our job to do, you know, either way. You know, our mission in making records and delivering our version of the truth and our hybrid of what rock and roll is supposed to be. We'd be doing that anyways, so but it's a huge help to come here and do this kind of stuff and to get the support. It helps dramatically.
You know, you guys are easily my favorite thing to come out of MySpace. You know, the origin of the stories, you guys found each other on there, and that's kind of how this thing whole started.
Man, you're really dating us.
That's all right. It's a good thing. I was going to ask what the modern equivalent would be, where you guys would be able to. Is there a place really for things like that, where maybe you find other like-minded individuals and you could start something like that?
You know, I think once because once we found each other, we didn't have to look anymore.
I got off MySpace.
We're off the market.
You are officially in a band.
Like a musician Tinder. I think actually our friend does have something like that. It's called Jam Card.
Oh yeah, Jam Card.
Yeah, our buddy Elmo Lavana has started this thing called Jam Card, and it's where you can get session people or like-minded musicians, and it's incredible. He's done really, really well with it. So I feel like I'm advertising for it right now. So look up Elmo Lavana with Jam Card.
Hashtag not an ad, in case you're curious. Rival Sons is here in Studio 1X for a Corwin Ford Coors Light X session. We would love to hear a song if you'd bust one out for us.
Let's play one.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
You got all your goodies?
Oh, God, yeah.
Rabbit's foot, check.
Rabbit's
like your shoe, check.
Okay. This is Do Your Worst off of our forthcoming record, Feral Roots. Available January 25th.
That was a total hashtag. That was an advert.
That's exactly what that was. If you see that stranger coming on the hill, and if you don't recognize him, I know your preacher will. He's got a voice like sugar, sugar in your tea, and he can sing it when it's song now, sing it sweeter than me. Blind your eyes, steal your tongue, take it when you're old now, but it locks on you. Oh my baby, devil's gonna get you if I don't first take my body and do yours. Oh my pockets clean. Blind your eyes, steal your tongue. Take it when you want now, but it locks on you. Oh my baby, devil's gonna get you if I don't first take my body and do your work. Oh my baby, devil's gonna get you if I don't first take my body and do your worst.
That is Rival Sons. They are in Studio 1X for a Coors Light Corwin Ford X session. Special thank you to Guido's for dropping awesome pizza for us. Jay and Scott are here. Thank you very much. That was amazing, of course. I wanted to talk about the new record. It is coming out in January, Feral Roots. Anything different about how you guys put this one together this time around, or was it business as usual for you?
I think some things were different and some things were the same.
Yeah, the way we wrote the record was very different. Jake can expand on that. And the way we recorded the record was very the same, I think. So we kept, the way we've talked about this a lot, anybody that listens or reads any of our stuff, we record really quick. Like we record inside of 30 days of recording generally, 20, 30 days. So we're getting first, second, or third takes and trying to really capture the performance instead of... like a lot of people these days with Pro Tools and digital recording, they'll build like it's much more architectural, where they're going to spend drummer plays and spend time building massive amounts of tracks and like, let's do the drums first, we'll do the bass and the guitar, da da da. We build this giant construct, and by the time you're done, you probably lost every ounce of emotion and humanness on that piece of recording. Generally, there's types of music that it works for. Rock and roll, not so much. We try to capture it.
Yeah, I think with this record, we gave ourselves, you know, I think in total for the writing time and the actual tracking time, we gave ourselves, just under 9 months is what it turned out to be. But for actual tracking in the studio, less than 20 days. I think it's like 17, 18 days, something like that. 19 days. And the reason for that was our buddy and our producer, you know, this is our 7th record, and our 7th record with Dave Cobb. And Dave is out winning Grammys and every award under the sun. He's really rose to prominence. We're really proud of him. But see, because of that, he's so in demand making everybody's records that we needed to watch his schedule, and he wanted to make sure that he had the time to really get in there with us, and because we've been working together for so long.
Yeah. So that was my next question. I
yeah.
mean, I know you guys have worked together. How did that even relationship start? Because I mean, it's been since the very beginning. So
well, he hasn't always been platinum records, Dave Cobb.
True.
You know, he started out.
I met Dave
years back
through a friend when he was up in L.A. A friend of mine saw the band play, and said, I got the perfect producer for you guys. And I'm like, who? He goes, Dave Cobb. He worked with a friend of mine, this rock and roll band. And I went, oh, yeah, I don't know. And they went, yeah, he's unbelievable. You won't believe how good he is. He's basically an unknown. He had done some of Shooter's stuff, and I think he'd remixed
Jamie
Waylon.
Johnson.
I didn't even think he did Jamie yet.
Yeah, at that time, he was doing Jamie Johnson.
It was fresh anyway.
And but getting back to it really quick about what's different about this record. See, the recording time was actually, you know, 17, 18 days, something like that. But because we had long spaces in between our allotted recording times, 5 days here, 5 days there. Scott and I were trading ideas back and forth. He lives out in Huntington Beach still, and I moved from Long Beach, California, and now I live out in Franklin, Tennessee, out in the woods just south of Nashville. So we traded ideas back and forth, and I'd fly out to California and get with Scott, but we'd communicate and collaborate. And I'd write just every night after my family went to bed. And so then I would send Scott what I was working on. He'd send me what he was working on. And I think that this amount of time afforded us the introspection and to really think about what we're writing and really be scrutinizing and be really hard on each other. I mean, we always are. It doesn't matter, but I think it allowed us to develop a different sort of a narrative for the collection of the record.
Everyone's like, are you afraid of like bad reviews or what people are going to say? And I always say, it's not going to be anywhere near as bad as what we say to each other. we really beat ourselves up.
And in the past, when you guys have done this, has it always just kind of been a collaborative process where you're in the same room together or you're writing on the road or something?
Yeah, well, it's basically like that. We get in.
It was similar, just in a shorter time span.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So we would both work on music and have music kind of backlogged and recorded. Like simply, I recorded like right into my phone, into like voice memos. I just write ideas because I'm not trying to complete too much. So when we get together, we can really complete it. And we did the same thing, except this time we got to write more songs and be a little sharper. Pass things back and forth instead of like, this is in one day, like normally.
We started out before, like a month and a half before our first recording session. I talked to Scott, and thankfully he was into it, and a friend of mine let us use his dilapidated shack down in the South Tennessee woods, surrounded by these abandoned like reservoirs that still get natural water. They're overgrown with lily pads everywhere in the trees.
It's like
snakes
if you
everywhere.
wanted to murder people, it's where you would take them.
That's basically it. It's like
a dilapidated boathouse, literally in the distance, like falling into the lake. Like, oh, there's definitely probably a dead person in there.
So we took a week last September to just unplug. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no cell reception or anything like that, and so we went out there and just talked, and brought our instruments and everything, just talked and played and talked about what sort of record we wanted to make, because he's got his idea of the way things should be, I got my idea of the way things should be, so we gotta get in there, it's basically like it's a negotiation. Like, okay, I'm seeing this. All right, I'm seeing this. Not seeing this. Yeah, me neither. I'm not seeing that. So getting into each other's heads that way really, it informed the rest of the writing process, meeting each other halfway on a common ground, so to speak.
I can't wait to hear the next step in the band's evolution. It's going to be fantastic. It comes out next month, and looking forward to it. Would love to hear another acoustic jam from you guys.
Yeah, give me just a second.
Sure.
I need to tune up.
Absolutely. In the meantime, I can ask Scott real quick. One of the things I've loved about the band is, I've seen you open up for a bunch of different bands. I've also seen you headline. Sure. There's such an eclectic different group of bands that you have had a chance to go out on the road with. You can open for a Sabbath, and you can open for a Hailstorm, and you can be out there with Blackstone Cherry. Is there a particular band that was really stuck out, was like, wow, that was really cool for us to be out on the road with?
Of course, it's Black Sabbath. The answer is always Black Sabbath forever. And it's cool how we came upon that gig, like we were playing this awards show in LA for Classic Rock Magazine. I don't know if everyone knows that, the rock and roll mag in the UK. Anyway, we performed a couple songs, and Ozzy and Sharon were in the front row. And
not just them, but everybody, Greg Allman, Eric Burden, Eric Idle, Jeff Lynne, it was a huge. Everybody was
Brian,
no pressure.
It was one of those.
Man, it's like all these people, and amazingly we're acquainted with a lot of these people too. So it's really pinch yourself kind of vibe when you're there and hanging and going, these people like our band and are like, they like us. That's really like a dream,
Glenn Hughes was there. He performed. It was incredible.
It's like things you say on the schoolyard when you're a kid and you're like bagging on your friends and you're trying to like talk smack on each other, and you're like, you know what, dude, when you grow up, you're going to be a trash man. I'm going to be a famous guitar player hanging out with Brian May and Greg Allman. So there you go.
One day, Nuno Betancourt's going to think I'm cool.
Yeah.
You just watch.
Yeah. I immediately check for everyone's Facebook status. I hope they're not really a trash man, don't I? No offense to the trash man out there, but I'm just...
Yeah, of course.
Anyway, the Saboteur really sticks out, man, because we were with them for 13 months. It was like basically the wrap up of their career,
right?
And it was enough time to become slightly acquainted and really dissect their show and their, their relationship with their crew and how to do it. It's
Yeah, you got to understand that that it's really something for us. We started out as a club band. Because that's the trajectory.
We didn't go into arenas?
No.
Oh, sure? Man.
Well, I mean, nobody, you don't just, it's like climbing a ladder, right? Yeah. You don't just all of a sudden decide, I think I'm going to start from the 9th rung. It doesn't work that way. And just like with anything you do, you got to have patience if you're learning or teaching yourself how to do anything. The most important thing is patience and understand that it's going to take a while. So for us, starting out at clubs, moving into larger clubs, next thing you know, theaters, like all of this stuff. What Sabbath did by bringing us out for over a year and letting us be the sole opening band for their final bow, they gave us an education on what it meant to be an arena band.
How to do it, what it looked like.
Every night, giving us space on their majestic stage, giving us the opportunity to learn what that feels like. It's like eating at a 5-star Michelin restaurant every day. So your palate gets more sophisticated and you have larger desires and you're aiming a lot higher. And they did that for us. They took us out of the theater zone where we were, and we were doing really well. But they took us out and they gave us that education, and we will be indebted for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, it's like it's a lesson you can't pay for or anything. It's Absolutely. One of those we had to be picked, and it's invaluable. It's like went from the beginning of the tour feeling like, wow, these rooms are big. Yeah. And we don't have like fire and the crazy light show. We went up with basically zero production at all. Like, their light guy would do lights because they were all fans. They were like, oh, I'll do lights for you tonight. We're like, oh my God, thank you.
Their crew was so good to us.
Yeah. So we would just like hired out some of their guys to help us out. And then it was really low production, but the rooms were like big feeling at first, even though we had played big rooms, just getting into that every night. Like, wow, these are big rooms. And then by halfway to that thing, it doesn't feel like that anymore. You come out and you're so used to it. This room feels warm.
Room was pretty big tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels warm. But you know what I mean? It's a nice room.
I love it, guys. Well, you certainly deserve it, and would love to hear another jam.
All right. This is from our Head Down record. This song goes out to all of you out there in Radioland who might need it. The wolves look to the moon and the ocean to the sky. I look to you my whole life, and now I have to say goodbye. But to say that I've lost you, it's such a selfish thing to say. I never seen nothing as beautiful as watching you slip away. I I'd rather see you go in the arms of your angel than to keep you right here with me. I'll meet you on the other side of the Jordan. Now let your soul go free. Now you did it all with feeling and not failure. You took it gracefully. You said that start of the right and straight on till morning. When you need me, you know that's where I'll be. And now the rest of my life without you. Right now it's hard to conceive. You said, don't cry for me now. You've got to remember, there is no death for those that believe. I'd rather see you go in the arms of your angel than to keep you right here with me. I'll meet you on the other side of the Jordan. Now let your soul go free. Let your soul go free. Free, yeah. Meet you on the other side of the Jordan. Let your soul be free. I'd rather see you go in the arms of your angel than to keep you than to keep you on the other side, yeah. On the other side. So that's where I'm.
Absolutely amazing. rival sons here in Studio 1X for Coors Light Corwin Ford X Session. Amazing job. Thank you guys very much. I know that you have planned out some of 2019 once the album comes out. It looks like you guys are no stranger to being on the road, but you're going to be doing that again, huh? That's pretty much the plan?
This year probably will be one of our busiest years of our career. You know, things are already starting to pop up. So, yeah, we've had a considerable amount of time, not off, but get bigger gaps, which is good. We're family men. We've spent time with the children and did that domestic thing.
Like they say in the song, one foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. And that's part of the gig, you know, so.
It is. You know, I know that we are talking about maybe getting you guys coming back around this way, perhaps in May for a full plugged-in show, headlining style, which would be fantastic. I would absolutely love to see that and get you guys around back this way.
Do that.
We would love to, man.
Make it happen,
we are huge
boys.
fans of you guys for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know we were talking about maybe doing a bonus song. You want to do one more?
Oh, a bonus song.
Can we do a bonus song?
I like that.
Scott,
we're
do you
calling
want
it
to
a
do
bonus
a
song.
bonus
I wasn't going to do
song?
another one, but if we're calling it a bonus, let's do
right?
that.
Yeah.
Hang a title on it?
Yeah.
Let me tune this thing.
Before we start playing this song, while my partner here is tuning his guitar, it's a 12-string, so it may take a while. I want to thank you guys for supporting and acting on what it means to be a radio listener, and for you guys, you know, the whole station. Terrestrial radio is something that has, well, it was an institution for our communication, right? Not everybody had the time to sit and read a paper back in the old days. A lot of people didn't know how to read, and believe it or not, illiteracy was even greater back then. But the radio was a way for people to feel connected to the outside world and to their community, and it's really, really important. And terrestrial radio is part of the lifeblood of the whole transition and the whole trajectory of what rock and country music, you know, because people don't realize that those go hand in hand, you know, they aren't mutually exclusive to each other. But radio is that current, that artery that runs through all of that. And so when other countries and when everybody thinks about America, rock and roll, yeah, blue jeans and whatever, radio is right there. It should be in the same sentence. And it's free for people, and it's extremely important. So thanks for being you.
Damn, Jay, I just say thanks for listening, but you put it much more eloquently than that. I appreciate it, man. Jeez. Well done.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I never listen to the radio.
You're really good at that monologuing stuff, bro.
Really
you
good,
want to sing
man.
a song now?
No, and we appreciate it more than you'll ever know. As a fan of the band, and now as a fan of you two guys as people, it means the world to me that you put Boise on the list and let us be a part of the story. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, I love this town. I want to come back when it isn't so damn cold.
Right around May would be a good time, just so you guys know.
All right, so we've been throwing this one in. Feel free to sing along if you feel so inclined. You're more than welcome.
Things that you wanted, I bought them for you. Graceless lady, you know who I am. You know I can't let you slide through my hands, yeah. suffer a dull aching pain, and now you've decided to show me the same. No sweeping exit, oh, stage line could ever make me feel bitter or treat you unkind. And wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. I know I dreamed you singing and alive. I've had my freedom, but I don't have much time. Faith has been broken, tears must be cried. Baby, let's do some living after we die. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses couldn't drag me away. Wild horses, we're gonna ride them someday.
Rival Sons, Jay and Scott coming in, performing acoustically for us. Hopefully we'll see you around Boise again soon. This has been an honor. Thank you guys so much for coming in and spending your at least middle part of the day with us. We appreciate
Yes,
it very
of
much.
course. It's a real pleasure to get to play for and to see all of you guys.
Thanks for the support again. Of
course.
So much. All right, you guys.
All right, man. We'll head it back to you, Jason Drew. Thank you to Corwin Ford, Coors Light, Guido's Pizza as well. But right back at you there in the studio, sir. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much.